What I'd like to do today is I want to go through a little bit of Facebook and a little bit how you can get more sales and more engagement in Facebook and all the rest of it. I'm just going to set my phone just so in case anybody has any questions, then we can answer the questions and get you guys all on the right track to actually blasting with Facebook, which is what we all want. At the end of the day, Facebook has over 2 billion users. And the great thing about that is it means that every business should have a Facebook account. They should be really pushing their Facebook account. And they should also be doing it on the business account. The reason why it's business account is because if you go on a personal account, you're then going to be limited to 5,000 followers. And it also means that you're actually breaking Facebook rules, which is naughty. You shouldn't be doing that. So instead of doing that and making it difficult for ourselves, what we can do is we can actually go out and we can use Facebook business pages and we can completely dominate everything within Facebook. Now, every link I'm going to mention on here, I've actually put a link in the description as well. So please go to the description for the links. I'll give you cheat sheets, the software that I use, which makes life so much easier, means you can dominate things really simply. There's, of course, Chatamo because it's the #1 program out there. So I've actually made some slides just to keep myself right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, I think there are about 14 tips. The last tip you need to listen to. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to YouTube because I could do with the followers because I haven't got none. I feel ever so lonely. Right, so let's have a quick look at this little lot. So what we have to do is we have to try to beat the Facebook algorithms, right? So first thing that we need to know is what is the algorithm, right? Well, the algorithm is what Facebook uses to actually decide who they're going to show your content to. It's the thing that they gather all the information on. They're possibly the most powerful company out there. At the end of the day, if Zuckerberg wanted to suggest a presidential candidate, he could do that with 2 billion users. He has an awful lot of influence. And what they're actually doing is they're sharing their users with you. So very much the same as you have an email list. Facebook has all of these users where they can go out and suggest stuff to. Now, obviously, ideally, they want us to go out and buy these, but we're going to try and keep away from that as much as possible. So first things first. Facebook engagement benchmarks. Now, Facebook engagement has been sliding hugely. This is a one put together by Hootsuite, which also does social posting. Good morning. So who wants to do social posting on there? And the average Facebook post engagement, right? This is shocking, is 0.7%, right? Now, if you're trying to drive traffic, if you're trying to get a load of stuff out there, it's not very good. You need an awful lot more, right? Photo posts, 0.11%, video post 0.8%, link post 0.3%, and status post 0.13%. So as you can see, looking at that is pretty sad reading. And we need to do something about that to actually make it so Facebook's worth it for use. So we're going to, Facebook algorithm is basically the machine learning that's behind Facebook, which is the determining factor as to how many people are going to see your post within your newsfeed on your platform. So understanding the algorithm is the key to much higher success within Facebook and giving your business an unfair advantage. So many people don't know how to use the algorithm and how to actually manipulate it. So it's going to start giving you more views. All right. At the end of the day, everybody wants more views. That's why we're on Facebook. Hopefully to make money and to make friends. So you really need to start doing it. Now, the algorithm is broken up into 4 separate parts. So first off, you have inventory, you have ranking signals, you have predictions, and you have scores. Now, don't worry, we're going to go through each of these so you understand it exactly. So inventory is all the content Facebook has right off every single producer that it could show their subscribers at any given time on their timeline. Right. So as I was saying, there's 2 billion people out there. There's 2 billion people. No, there isn't 2 billion. Let's say 1 billion people producing content. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that our content is going to get seen because obviously that's a lot of competition and we don't like competition. So next you've got ranking signals. So these are the indicators that help Facebook know what should be shown to each of its users. Right. So each of its users all have a particular set of details that Facebook's gathered about them. And the ranking signals, actually, they all fit into these different signals that Facebook collects. They actually collect ridiculous amounts. So these rankings include who are the friends, family members, groups, pages that they interact with the most often, right? What type of content do the users prefer? Now, this can be photos, videos, articles, questions, surveys, things like this. And this is what Facebook users are normally interacting with. And if you can get what the users are normally interacting with, then you're going to get shown an awful lot more. Right. Post interactions. How many likes, reactions, comments, shares does the post have? Right. Now, this is massively important. This one, I should really put number 1. So this is further enhanced if the interactions are already coming from people who are already marked with liking your kind of content, right? So if one of their friends likes your kind of content, it's more likely to get shown. If they like your kind of content, it's more likely to get shown. If one of their friends is friends with is a follower of your Facebook business page, it's more likely to be shown to them. This is where we start getting the reach from. Now, continuing on from there, we have predictions. Predictions test the past behavior of what the Facebook user has already learned about the user habits. The Facebook has already learned about the user habits and what content they're more likely to engage with. So what is it that they're going to engage with? What's the subject matter that they really follow? Now, this you can see in massive detail when you go into the Facebook Ads Manager and they start asking you different questions in the Ads Manager. Obviously, it goes even further if you use our interest finder. But this is Facebook gathering what it is that people watch. So I watch an awful lot about marketing. So all of my Facebook feed is just filled with various different marketers and different things like this. Also a lot of other different chatbots because I keep on spying on them. So this is what it fills the whole lot with. And lastly, you've got the score. So Facebook gives each piece of content a score. The higher the relevance, the higher the score. So the higher the relevance, that is to the particular person, the higher the score. So if you things that's going to knock down your scores are things like asking for engagement. I see it so many times and it's such a mistake. So people say comment below to get. As soon as you put comment below, that's your engagement cut in half, right? We do not want to add comment below. It's called clickbaiting. Facebook used to like it back in the glory days of, I think, about 2016, which was awesome. And you could just get thousands of followers like it. And you just put follow this before, and that was it done. But the higher the score, the more likely it just gets shown, all right? So keep in mind, Facebook will give priority to user experience. They want their users to stay on the platform, right? That's Facebook's number one priority, is to get their users to actually be on the Facebook platform. They don't want their users sent off to various different platforms. Everybody must stay on Facebook for them to make money. That's how they sell their ads, right? So it's more likely to show a post that's more engaging to a particular subscriber. So if you've got a post that ticks all the boxes for that subscriber, all of the subscribers' algorithms, they're a lot more likely to start showing your post to that particular subscriber, which is awesome news for us. So how do we beat the algorithm, right? We don't want to spend every minute of the day creating and posting and commenting and liking, and oh dear God, it can go on for ages. And that's what most people are still doing, which is so surprising. Now, what I would say, I know I'm just on about the Facebook and how to get more Facebook users, but I would say blast all social media at the same time, right? That way you can start more engagements and you can start building everything together, right? All of this is your nucleus where you're going to start building up your email list from. Email list, the most important thing out the whole world because you own it. So number one, share great content, right? It's true, content's king. Everybody needs great content. Now, I've put together the cheat sheet, which is in the description, of what sort of content works the best, how you can start making that go viral, and things such as this, right? Now, you can use absolutely anything for content, but try and vary it. Now, I've given you on that cheat sheet, I think, around about 8 different types of content that you can go out and you can produce and make that content good and great for everybody who's subscribing, who's following your page, right? So the content, make it shareable. When you go out and you start making your content shareable, you've got an awful lot more chance of people sharing it organically. You don't need to ask people to share it, otherwise you're going to get marked down. But we want them to share it. We want them to like and comment and share it and all the rest of it. This all gives us signals. So this one's not strictly organic, but use Facebook ads. Now, I know what you're thinking straight off is, I don't want to be spending any money. Bear with me for 1 minute. If you start using Facebook ads and you boost a post, firstly, you're going to get seen by all of the people who you really want to be seen by. So depending on what your niche is, you can go after the major player in that particular niche. Now, another advantage, and this is proven by me, but it's not made legitimate by Facebook. But if you run a Facebook ad and then you start driving traffic to that particular Facebook ad, say, for example, your Messenger bot list, then your Messenger bot will actually start commenting on that Facebook ad, liking the Facebook ad and all the rest of it, which brings your prices straight back down, and it brings them down massively. I'm talking about 1/10 of the cost. As well as that, you spend $5 getting the people in towards this Facebook ad. So you're going to start getting more subscribers, more followers, and people's going to start knowing your name. But it also means the next post you put up is going to get seen by more people as well, right? Which is a really, really strange phenomenon. Works amazingly well. Still, it's not publicized, but you do get an awful lot more people in for your next post, which makes life so much better, right? So with organic reach down. It's perfect time to experiment with Facebook advertising. Now, I'm not saying Facebook advertising put in hundreds of dollars. The most I ever put in is basically $5. And I put $5 in. I then see how that's working. I might put $5 in a day. If it's just a particular post I'm boosting, do it quite often with YouTube videos as well. And it just gets that post out there. So it kind of tests the water on that particular post. It tests how it will convert. Now, with us saying that, I'm not saying put out posts that's only going to make sales. Every post that you put out there can be used to increase your particular credibility, right? So you want to be known as an industry expert. And by putting posts out there, it means that you're an industry expert an awful lot faster. People's going to understand what you're talking about and they're going to go there. So you've got access to your own audience of potential customers, which means more opportunity when it comes down to exactly where these people see things online. Plus, they won't all necessarily need an influencer because you're going to become an influencer by just spending a simple $5 here and there. Now, the good thing about this is as well, obviously, we're getting the costs down, we're getting the people in, and we can target other people. So for myself, I would target like Russell Brunson, Dan Kennedy, Mike Versailles, people like this. I would target ManyChat users. I would target all of these different people. So I would use Facebook page owners. So integrate other social media. This is the thing that nobody's doing. Nobody is integrating in with their LinkedIn, the Twitter, and their Blogger effects, all the rest of it. Use your blogs as well. Don't put the entire blog on, but section down your blogs. If you're doing a blog right now, section down part of your blog and put that up on your page. Start asking small questions. All of the content that you create, you can use on multiple channels. Now, if you're using Chatamo, it's a one button press and you're sharing it to everywhere straight away. Which is another thing, automate your posts, right? Please start automating everything. If you don't automate everything, the minimum you should be posting, which I've got further down, but the minimum you should be posting is one time per day to your business page or business pages. Now, within my Chatamo account, I've got 127 business pages. Within Facebook, I have 17 Facebook groups. I have a load of Instagram accounts. I've also got my LinkedIn account, my Twitter account, my WordPress account, my Medium account, my Blogger account. With one press of a button, I can share to every one of those accounts, right? So it means I'm now completely covered all the way across and more people see my content, which means I'm going to get more sales. I've got 127 different things, plus all the rest of it that we're posting to immediately straight away. And so it's all good. So try and do that, guys. It's worth your while. Next is get personal, right? It's just like the war between soldiers on the opposite side of the battlefield, right? Basically what I'm saying here is go out there and if you have any people who work with you, ask them to share your posts, right? It's not exactly ethical, but if they get shared on a personal page, they're more likely to get seen. Also, share from your business page as yourself on your personal page as well. This way, you're going to collect all of the pixel data from the people who interact with that post. Hugely important. You're going to start saving yourself money, and then you can start targeting exactly the people. You can make lookalike audience and things such as this, right? So this is how you're going to get new customers easily. It's just so simple, right? Import your contacts. If you've already been following my advice and you start building up an email list, import all of the email list into your Facebook, right? Straight away, Facebook sees a massive influx of people coming into their system by you importing them via your email list, and they're going to love you straight away, right? The algorithm's in love with your whole thing. You're doing everything else right. They've seen you import all of these contacts. They love it. It's well and truly worth it. And the more Facebook followers you have, the easier it is to get them onto your Facebook page, because obviously you're sharing stuff from your Facebook page as well. And so it just makes life a whole lot easier. Now, post more often. This is the one what everyone gets stuck on, right? Now, if you're posting manually, what people tend to do is they tend to post whatever time's convenient for them. And what that then means, it means that they're going to be stuck because they're not posting at the best times, all right? Now, if you're posting automatically, you can post 2, 3, 4 times a day. Don't worry, you can repost certain stuff after a little while of time. I'm not saying you've got to produce 4 lots of content and become some kind of social media guru. The same post you can post in 3 weeks' time, 4 weeks' time, 6 months' time. It all gets put into Chatamo, and Chatamo will auto regurgitate it, which means every day you can start building up more and more posts just by adding 1 post a day. Then 4 weeks later, there'll be 2 posts a day because everything will be repeated. Then another 4 weeks, it'll be 3 posts a day, then 4 posts a day. And by which point you're really getting out there. You are now huge in amongst Facebook. And the simplest way to be financially independent is to start posting often. Right? If you post, it's the same with blogs. If you post every single day for an entire year, your blog will be ranked pretty highly, providing, of course, you pick the right niche. If you post every day for a year on Facebook, you're going to get decent exposure. If you start posting 2 times, you're going to get more and more and more, and it keeps on building. So it's a really good habit to get into. Share exclusive content. If you're doing an offer, share it exclusively with your page. Don't just put it out on the internet, but make it so that people need to start coming to your page to get all of the different offers. They're going to start going, well, hang on, there was a great offer on Facebook I seen the other day. People do this amazingly well with competitions. You would have seen competitions for, in the UK, there's the £3 million house you can go and win for $1, which is awesome. So they've shared that and everybody's sharing it, right? It went massive. And it cost them next to nothing because everybody just shared it organically because it was such a good offer that nobody wanted to lose it. So give users a reason to follow you by sharing exclusive content that they won't find anywhere else. Share flash sales, discounts, contests, and share them all on all the social media. Use your analytics. Your analytics are so important. And with using your analytics, you can start seeing what type of poses your particular niche audience starts liking. So you can start finding the trends. You can start seeing what people like what and how they like it and what they like delivered in. Do they like delivered in photo form? Do they like a squared, long picture? Do they want a video in there? Do they want a square video? What is it that they love about that particular thing? And you can start building up an exact picture. So by the end of it, you've got exactly what you need within your Facebook ads, which means it's so much simpler within your Facebook ads, within your Facebook post. Use multimedia. Now, video is king on Facebook, but I know a lot of people don't like using video, right? However, it is so important that you start mixing up what you do. You can't find what people love if you don't actually experiment with it. It's like what I keep on saying about funnels and flows. Test all the way through. Test. So you can share YouTube videos, Pinterest to Facebook with images, even just links in order for people. Now, I've said this here, right? The Facebook and Pinterest, right, and sharing. Now, I personally, there's two ways to look at this. If you're trying to build up your YouTube channel, then yes, you can share it to Facebook, right, as a YouTube video. However, Facebook are not going to give you the same amount of engagement as what they would if you hosted that video on Facebook itself. Now, this is a sort of double-edged sword. If you're trying to build up your Facebook following, put your videos on Facebook. If you're trying to get YouTube videos ranked and you're trying to build up your YouTube following, post them on YouTube and share them on Facebook. People still watch them and all those count on YouTube. And YouTube likes new people coming in from Facebook. So this one's a bit of a double-edged sword. So take this one a little bit carefully on which one you want to build first. Now, I would always say build your Facebook first because it's simple. And then also post the video on YouTube, right? And then give it a little bit of a boost in your emails or whatever. Right. So another little quick tip here. Instagram is huge. Now, I'm not saying it hasn't been published anywhere, but with Facebook buying out Instagram, it is shown so far that if we start sharing pictures on Instagram and then we share them from Instagram onto Facebook and vice versa, Facebook tends to be favoring those posts quite a bit, right? So it's a nice little tip to be using. Now, I'm not saying they're doing this, there may or may not be, but so far with what we've ran, we've seen it change, which is really quite weird. Leverage your user content, right? Best people I've ever seen do this is GoPro. They're doing it on Instagram and it is awesome. They get all the people to send in the videos. GoPro never have to spend any money on ads. They could just happily survive on the user-generated content. Now, if you then put a chatbot onto this, particularly on Instagram, you can then once you're tagged, you can then go out and you can comment with these people and get them straight into your world and all the rest of it. That's more Instagram side of things. But the user-generated content is awesome for you. So hosting photo content, videos, giveaways, right? Things like this. Run competitions where they've got to make a photo post or something like this. It scores so highly if people are leaving comments and GIFs underneath your posts. Facebook love it because it's so many people going in there. Now, if you're posting out memes and GIFs and whatnot yourself, they don't tend to be ranked as high content from Facebook. They don't really class that as quality content. And so they're not going to give too much exposure to them. So be a little bit careful with them, but can be mixed in quite a bit. Engagement, possibly the biggest thing I keep on promoting is engagement. It is so, so important. If somebody comments on anything of yours, make sure you answer them back. Once somebody comments, likes, hearts, or anything else into one of your posts, it is awesome. Write them and tell them, say, thanks very much for the engagement. I really appreciate it. And like and engage with other people's photographs, other people's posts. It gets you more involved. It starts building the community. It starts helping you out. And it ranks so high in the algorithms. Now, obviously, I would say turn on the auto engagement with inside chat ammo. On some of your posts, don't do it on all the posts, but put on your auto comment, put on your auto reply, put on your auto like, and do all of these things. And all of a sudden, your page is going to start ranking like it's going out of fashion. But space apart your answers to people comments, right? Now, I didn't think this worked, and I think it was John Vaughan I was watching once who suggested this, and he puts a 15-minute gap in between all of his answers. So when he puts an offer up, he'll wait 15 minutes in between each answer, and I watched his engagement go an awful lot higher. Now, I was at the time, every time I had somebody writing, I had a big long list, I just went through the entire list all in one go. And what happened was, it released me content as a bang rather than a constant flow to give it a chance to start going viral. So it was a big bang, and then it died. If I had spaced out my replies, I could have kept that going for days, which we did later on a different post, and kept on replying, kept on getting seen by people, kept on getting seen by their friends. And so it started going viral all by itself, got a whole life of its own. Use your profile picture on your page. Your profile picture is so important, right? You get your little baby profile picture. It could be a picture of you. It could be a picture of your logo. The important thing is start making it brandable. Right now, I don't normally go for brands, and you'll often hear us saying it's not worth trying to build up a brand. However, if a brand comes as part of your normal engagement, then it's always good news. I always go for direct sales. I prefer direct sales, but your brand and message will be built off direct sales as well. If you've got your logo or a picture of you, if you're the front man to it, then that's awesome. People's going to start associating you with your niche, and they're going to see you as an industry expert. Give your coverage a makeover. This one. Your Facebook cover image at the top of your page, the big square bit, is massive amount of real estate, right? Put an offer on there. Now, unlike your cover image, unlike your profile picture, your cover image, change that pretty often. Change it with the seasons. Get people more and more interested, because Facebook will show your cover image changing, and it's going to get more engagement, more people seeing it, and all this rest of the stuff. So it's well worth doing. Make sure it's high quality. And if you want to go over to Canva, then Canva had them already sized for you. Now, on your business page, you're also allowed, this last time I'd done a one, you're also allowed video in the background. So it's awesome. You can put a video background. You can then have really engaging text on top of that, and really simple to do. You can do it all in Canva, and it's just easy. Have a big call to action. Slightly grey hat, but I like it anyway. And I think everybody in my group should be doing this for each other. Start networking with other Facebook users. Right. It used to be a big thing on Instagram. We used to have Instagram pods. I mean, you always go out and share each other's work. We used to post every time we posted a new thing up on Instagram. And I had one Instagram account I built up to, I think it was 150,000 just by doing this pod thing. Now, the same thing works on Facebook. Right now, I get notified on at least 4 or 5 different people's posts, and then I go out and like them or comment on them or do something on them. And the reason I do this is because they're my loyal users, and the ones I see posting most often about chat ammo. However, you can have a personal arrangement with people to start doing the same thing. Don't worry about losing customers by commenting and liking somebody in the same niche as you. It's giving your niche a stronger foothold because it's seeing them all combined together. Yes, you might lose 1 or 2 sales. However, you will gain twice the amount you're ever going to lose if you start networking together, right? It just works. It works so well. The one everybody hates, go live. Now, the go live thing, nobody likes going live. I know nobody likes going live, and there's no real need to, right? You can, a couple of things about live first, right? Live, if you're going live or if people perceive you as going live, then what can then happen is you don't need to have as much production value. As you can see, I'm going live right now. This is a real live, not one of me lives what I'm on telling you can do. But what you can do with a live is you can actually bring down your production value, and you can use either Facebook Live software, which takes you straight to Facebook, and we'll post the live, or you can use this software, which I use, which I'm going to have a link. There's a link underneath the video. Now, this here, what I can do is I can pre-record a video, which all gets stored in here. I can then upload the video and put a particular time for that video is going to start showing to everybody on not only my Facebook pages, pages, not just page. So it means you're covering an awful lot of things. I can have it shown on YouTube. I can have it shown on all these different platforms all at the same time. And I think the one I've got a link for is about $23, which gives me 7 different places I can go out live to. So straight away, I'm going out live all over the place, and it's saving me so much effort. If you don't want to do live, there's an awful lot of software out there you can get that does the artificial voices and things, right? You could make up a video of just pictures with the artificial voice going in the background. Please just try it. It was Russell Brunson who said I've forgotten who he was talking to. I've forgotten the guy's name. Stephen, not one. But anyway, Russell Brunson was saying, if you go live every day for an entire year, you will never have another financial problem again, right? Now, that was if you just go live on Facebook. Now, imagine if you then take that and you're going live on Facebook, YouTube, and all over on Facebook, you're going to get seen an awful lot more. Okay, so that's it, guys, right? Now, I'll give you a cheat sheet there, which is awesome cheat sheet. It's going to take you through exactly how to find all of these social content and how to get better social content, right? We'll walk you through the entire thing, right? It's awesome and really worth doing. Once you get this together, you can then start designing out your social content plan, which is so cool. So use that link there. We've also got, obviously, the ChatAmo auto posting features, which is all in there as well, which will post to everywhere for you. We've also got the engagement and the reply features within ChatAmo. So you're going to have all of these different things where you can go out and you can basically dominate social media. And that's before we even start talking about the chatbot or the e-commerce sales, which is another good way to sell, because we're keeping people inside of Facebook with our e-commerce feature. And because, actually, I'm not sharing my screen, because we're keeping them inside of Facebook with our e-commerce feature, they like us even more. So it's awesome. Right. So this is the sheet I'm talking about. Sorry, I didn't share my screen. So it's got all about how to create the content, social content. So building, engagement, stacking. Right. So I'm going to show you exactly how to get so that you can start driving people towards your funnel. This is supposed to be the funnel. So from happy people to sad people. So we're going to meet them exactly where we are. The content plan map. So designing future content. We're going to take the questions from your audience. So I am I hate, I love, I face the problem of the story I tell myself. Pick a post idea. So I'm going to create a meme about, would you rather this or that? Tell them what you had to make a choice. Examples and ideas. So a couple of different examples and ideas. The content types that you can use. So you can use this as a full engagement thing. Post daily. So this is just me reminding you guys, engage with everything. Really, really important. And more software for high achievers. So the high achievers, you've got ChatAmo, you've got Jasper, which Jasper I do like. You don't need these things. You can do without them all. I would say you do need ChatAmo, but obviously I'm going to say that. But Jasper will help you write engaging content posts very, very quickly and very easily. In fact, this whole entire post I wrote in Jasper. So all of my lead sheets and everything else are all wrote in Jasper. Really, really simple. It took us 2 minutes. And all you do is you just go in there and just redo it. It'll type it all for you. It's so simple. Right. So that's it, guys, for this one. Hope you've enjoyed this. I would love to see some comments below. I'd love to see you head over to my YouTube channel, because I could do the followers. So join my YouTube channel, subscribe over there, and I will see you all shortly. And hopefully, I'm going to see a load of content all over Facebook from you guys. Please tag us in it as well. If you tag me in a post, I'll come in and like it. I'll make a comment on it. I'll help your post go a little bit further. That means that you'll get seen by my followers, and my followers are normally make money online people and business people and entrepreneurs like yourself. Okay, so thanks for watching, and see you soon. Cheers. Bye.